2025 season predictions. Last year I said Redbacks will win it all. They did not. Last year I also said Manager wouldn't even make finals. They in fact won the whole thing and had the greatest import of all time. But this year is different. I have studied the teams. I have gone more into research. Can I have 100% season prediction rate? Probably not, but we'll give it a go. Coming in dead last, I have Coburn Cougars. I'm sorry, someone has to be last, and it's not going to be Redbacks. On the positive side for Coburn, they have signed 2 imports. Now, on the negative side for Coburn, who knows how good those imports are going to be. They do not have a good track record when it comes to signing imports. They do have a promising player in Josh Hunt. Hopefully he can elevate his game even more than he did last year. They do have some young guys as well, Dimmick, Pitt, Jonah. Hopefully they can pump minutes into them and they can really develop for the future. But they're in a post-Gavin Field era and this is their first season without him. So we'll see how they go. Coming in second last, I have Perth Redbacks. I know. I said they would win it all last year and I was incredibly wrong. This year, I'm a lot more humble about my favourite team, okay? Now, even though I have them second last, it does depend on how long Joker Green is going to be out for. He has started training again, but he does still have that injury. I'm not going to say what it is, but he does still have a little bit of an injury. If Joe's playing, he probably can win you 3 to 4 games. Lockie Cummings can definitely win you a couple of games, so those two together, who knows? Who also knows how good their import's going to be from what I've seen? He does look like a beast. Will that translate to NBL1? I have no idea. They've already had 6 preseason games, and I'll give you $5 if you guess how many they won. That's right, 0. For this team to be successful, everyone has to be on the same page, both offensively and defensively. From the preseason games I've seen, not really, but again, they're in a rebuilding year, right? Hopefully they pump minutes into the young guys, Kobe Weir. Hopefully May O'Reilly gets a bigger role on the team as well. I would like to see Deegan get a run. He's 6'9", 6'8". He's a big man for the team, and I think he's an elite passer. Okay, he's super underrated, so it'll be nice to have more eyes on him. But yes, unfortunately, I do have Redbacks second last. Coming in 12th, I have Southwest Slammers. Now, I know a lot of you guys are huge fans of Southwest, so I had to be a little bit nice to them. They've got Devon, they've got Pharrell, but they also have 2 imports that look pretty good. Calvin Whipple looks like an absolute sniper. Now, in the scratch match they had against Perth Redbacks, he did not shoot the ball very well, but we can blame Harvey Rims, but his track record shows he can absolutely shoot the ball. Jamal Poplar is a beast on the boards. In his scratch match against the Perth Redbacks, he probably had around 20 rebounds. Pair that up with great culture, great young guys. This team might win a couple of games, especially at home. Coming in 11th, I have Perry Lakes Hawks. No, this isn't because I don't like the Hawks. I just think they don't have much weapons. Sevachan, he looked really good. Then they have the Phillip brothers, and they have some decent role players. AJ Nabensi is probably the smartest guy in the entire league. But this team is going to die and live by their imports. Very hard to tell how good these imports are. From the film I have seen, they look pretty athletic. Will the athleticism translate into the NBL1? I'm not too sure. From what I've seen of the team so far, they do look very good defensively. Their rotations are pretty schmick. They seem to be on the same page. Just offensively, I think there's not much there. But knowing the Hawks, they always seem to do good. So unfortunately, I think they might win a few games. Coming in 10th, I have Kalgoorlie. I had them near the bottom last year, and I'm going to do it again, even though they proved me wrong last year. But they lost Randy Bell. They lost Damon Ballantyne. They always have to travel. Honestly, this team can be a surprise team. They do seem to sometimes do pretty well, but just on paper, it doesn't. I can't put them above these other teams. Coming in 9th, I have East Perth Eagles. This is partially because I hate them. I've lost to them one too many times in a wobble. They do have one of my favorite players in the league, Taylor Young. They also have another one of my favorite players in the league, Matthew Lang. But then they also have another import, Max Rice. That's right, guys. That's 3 point guards, all at 6'3". They do have Lee Roberts, Sharif Watson. Lee Roberts, we know he just wins everywhere he goes. But Sebit Reith is a huge loss. He led the league in rebounding. Like, dude was an absolute beast, and the fact they couldn't bring him back is detriment to that team. They did replace him with Giannis. Giannis is a bit of a... He's a challenging player, okay? You really have to know how to use him. And if he's not giving you effort on defense, it's really easy to score on him. And I think they might be still trying to get Sunday back, but I don't think he is coming back. I don't know, but he might be relying on Sunday to come back. Carl Philpo isn't a proven coach yet. Is this the season he proves us all wrong and wins the whole entire thing? I don't know. But as of now, I just got to have Eagles at 9th. Alright, we're coming into the finals now. Number 8, I have Lakeside Lightning. Rowan McKenzie, Corey Sherville, Isaiah Lewis. Mike Millett has built himself a squad compared to last year. They also do still have Josh Davey as well. They have some offensive firepower on this team, but what about their defense? The other import that they signed looks very athletic and good defensively, so hopefully he can lock it down for them. And we know that Josh Davey is a fantastic rebounder. I think this season will be a really good challenge for Mike Millett to prove himself as a fantastic coach in this league. But I do have to say, anything other than finals for this type of squad, I would see as a failure. Sorry. Coming in 7th, I have the Willerton Tigers. Now, they always seem to do well. Yes, they lost some offensive firepower in Marshall Nelson and Michael Dupree, but the imports they got back do look okay, and this team is always well coached. Mike Vigor is probably one of the smartest players in the league alongside AJ Nabensi, and their coaching staff, like I said, just always seem to win games. They do have some great young guys that will be really good to see them get some minutes into them and hopefully develop for the future as well. But the reason I have this team so high up is just purely off their track record. They just always seem to win, and going into their stadium is always a hard place to win. Coming in 6th, I have Mandurah Magic. That's right, guys. I did not make the same mistake I did last season, have them missing out on finals. They brought back most of their championship group, obviously losing the greatest import of all time and one of the best rebounders, defenders of all time in our league is a huge blow. But you can never underestimate winning a championship coming into the next season, right? Their mentality is just different. I've also had many people tell me that Utley is the world's greatest recruiter. He's brought in Jacour Ealy, a 6'7" true point guard. Now, if that's true, if he can really run the point, that is a mismatch nightmare for teams. The other recruit, Sam Freeman, is a huge athletic defender. Hopefully we see a step up from Lockie Bertram as well. Julian Passava's obviously going to do Julian Passava things. So this year, I'm not going to doubt Mandurah, okay? I have him making finals. 5th, I have Warwick. Todd Withers, who's playing in New Zealand at the moment. I'm not sure how many games he's going to miss. I think 1 or 2. They got Elijah Pepper as well to replace Harris. And they also have Mitch Clark. Now, that is 3 players that need the ball in their hand, so who knows? Now, they've kept their core group, but they are very similar to last season. They've actually lost Nick Hodge and Ash, which are some big body players. So I'm not sure. I really think they're just going to have a very similar season to last year. But we do know Todd Withers is a very good player, and he might have a breakout year in the NBL1 West. I don't know. He might win MVP. Who knows? That's not my choice, by the way. 4th, I have Kalamunda Suns. Eastern Suns, sorry. Tariko White, huge. Marshall Nelson, huge. Louis Thomas, brains. Joel Vainina, underrated. They have some offensive firepower. Now, defensively, I'm not sure. They do have some decent bench depth. Not the greatest, but they do have some decent bench depth. Honestly, the only thing that's going to be a detriment to this team is injuries. If they all stay healthy, I actually think they will be a lot higher up on the ladder. And people keep telling me, okay, they keep telling me, there's only one ball. Guys, Marshall Nelson has played alongside with other stars before, okay? He knows how to play off ball, and he knows when he take his moments, okay? Trust him. 3rd, I have Rockingham Flames, Isaac White, Emmett Nah, and Tevin Jackson. With the core group they've had the past few seasons as well. Now, what's going to make or break this team is Tevin Jackson. If he is elite ball player Tevin Jackson, this team is going to go really far. But if he's not, then I feel like this team could struggle at times. But similar to other teams on this list, great coach. So they might be able to get them over the line a few times in close games. Also, playing at Rockingham, it's a hard place to go win at, okay? Home court advantage is huge over there. Coming in 2nd, I have Jero. Purely because they always seem to be top of the ladder. They always seem to perform good. They have a fantastic coach. They have a great group of guys down there. Hopefully Johnny Narkle can absolutely be an absolute beast this season. I still think he shouldn't be called Sparkle Narkle. That is a terrible nickname. Well, like I said, always good coaching, always a good system. Very hard to win a game there. So yeah, I don't see them losing too many games. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That means at the number 1 spot, we have the Joondalup Wolves. They've gone absolutely crazy this offseason. First of all, CJ Turnage. Mismatch nightmare. There's no one in the league that can match up to him. No one's his size or his speed. It's absolutely crazy and unfair. Ethan Elliott, super speed demon left hand, cause switch. It's just a nightmare and a headache for defenses. Caleb Davis, spread the floor, shoot the 3 like a madman. Brains as well. And then they got Joey Baker, the captain of Duke. Don't underestimate his leadership in this team. Also the ability to spread the floor. They also brought in Adili. I'm not even going to pronounce his last name. Apparently he can shoot as well. And then they've added depth, bringing in Damon Ballantyne from Kalgoorlie, who is a super intelligent ball player, always makes the right read and the right pass. Like Suns, the only downfall for this team would be injuries, but they usually stay pretty healthy, and I don't see them losing many games, especially at home. So who do I have winning the whole chip? I actually do have Joondalup Wolves. I just think offensively their firepower is too insane, and they just cause mismatches everywhere. Having 2 6'7" forwards on the team is absolutely nuts. With CJ Turner, who's like 6'6", 6'7" himself. And then a great poised point guard in Ethan Elliott and Damon Ballantyne. Oh my goodness. Stop. If you haven't already, go down to the link in the description, join the NBL1 Discord server. We have chats, debates, news, everything all NBL1 is down there. It's the place to be, especially with the season coming up so close. Click that link, go join. Those are my season predictions. Let me know how wrong I was in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do. I'm out. Peace.